Well, welcome back to the mid-Norfolk farm garden, and in this video we're going to demonstrate and show you two rambling or climbing roses. Don't know what you actually call these. Are they ramblers, are they climbers, or this one is very much a rambler, just left to its own devices. First rose we're going to show you is Paul's Himalayan musk, a really strong and vigorous climbing rose. The clue's in the name really as far as the scent's concerned. Absolute hazy musky rose scent here this evening. This one's grown in a rose arch. Well, it started life in a rose arch, but I'm going to walk around the other side and show you just the extent of this one, because it is one of the largest extending roses that we grow here in Norfolk, and it's flowering at the same time as our rambling rector that we're about to show you. But I think on a scale, Paul's Himalayan musk outgrows the rambling rector by a good percentage. Good companion planting with it on a colour theme is the generous gardener, which you can just see in the foreground here. Very different rose, almost identical colour palette though. Beautiful large flowers compared to the much smaller multifloral heads of the Himalayan musk. Let me just take you around the far side of this. Growing up mainly, you can see there at the base on the original old rose arch, but it's gone way beyond that, right through up into this old apple tree. And as we make our way round, you get some feel for the extent of this beauty. In shade here on the northeastern side at this time of day, but in full sun first thing in the morning. This old fruit cage has been overtaken by it. Just look at the vigorous nature of the upward thrusting new growth. This is what's going to give us all the flower that you're seeing here in 2024 as those arch up, grow out to around 20 feet, drop down from their sheer weight, and then it's that cascading nature that you get when it's grown like this. We don't do any pruning to this one at all, and in terms of feed and maintenance, it's by and large self-caring. We cut it back where it starts getting in the way, and we've certainly taken a little bit back from this new patio area we've created in front of the barn. You can just see how vigorous the new strong growths on this one are. But it's best left well alone. If you've got the space to do so, the best way to grow a Himalayan musk is through an old tree or hedge and just let it do this. Let's go and show you the rambling rector now. Well, here we are. Rambling rector, which flowers here in Norfolk exactly the same period of June as the Paul's Himalayan musk. Very different rose in its scent and character of its flowers. Actually a pure white, this one. Little yellow centres. There we go in focus. If you just look at the colour in the buds, it's almost a buttermilk creamy yellow just before it opens, but fades beautifully to a pure white. Again, this rose, in comparison to the Himalayan musk, has probably been planted in here a much longer period of time. This one was probably planted at the base of the power cable post back in the 1960s, and has probably been here for probably 60 years. The Himalayan musk I planted in the position we showed you around 5 years ago. So a much more vigorous rose, and you can see this one hasn't got those upright growths to the same degree as the Himalayan musk, but still forms a clump that's probably 20 feet across and about 15 feet tall. And as we come round onto the sunnier side, just look at the volume of flower you get with this. One of the most spectacular sights you'll get in the Rose Kingdom during June, and a great combination to grow if you've got the space in a large garden. The scent of both of them is very different, but both absolutely heady and superb in their own way. I wouldn't want to be without either of them really. And again, in terms of the care we give this, absolutely zero. Leave it well alone. Got the space to do so, just let them grow away. They do really, really well.